You know that feeling when a story just grabs you and won't let go? That's the kind of drama that's waiting for you on Disney Plus Hulu. Mysterious post-apocalyptic thrillers like the acclaimed Hulu original, Paradise. Action-adventure dramas like Daredevil, Born Again. And iconic medical dramas like Grey's Anatomy. Or maybe you want your drama with a side of comic relief with shows like High Potential. Find the drama you want on Disney Plus and Hulu with a bundled subscription. Terms apply.
You got mail.
Hello, I'm Alise Morales.
And I'm Millie Tamaras.
And this is
Go Touch Grass,
the podcast where we log in
so you can log off.
Millie and I are two chronically online comedians, and on this pod we break down the week in internet discourse, viral memes, TikTok trends, and niche influencer drama so that you can go do literally anything else.
And if you like what you hear today and want to hear more, we got to Go Touch Grass Patreon with tons more content weekly, access to our Discord community, and our spin-off series, Search History, where we go back and break down a viral discourse from the past. Our latest Patreon is about all the fallout from the Bad Bunny Super Bowl. And people, I mean, we've been beating the drums of woke is back, but
people being canceled. Being old school canceled for their Bad Bunny takes. We love to see it.
We love to see lost their jobs.
Like, a housewife fired because she said some stupid shit.
Exactly, and that's the kind of shit. And also brothers feuding over Bad Bunny. Like
yes, brothers feuding. I know which brothers.
If you want to know which brothers, which housewives, and also you want to hear us talk about some of the stuff that resonated with us at the Super Bowl, listen to our Patreon.
Yep. And don't forget to leave us a 5-star rating and review. We love reviews. We need more of them. But the best review you can give us is to tell your friends about the show. Tag us in a story. We'll repost it. You know that we're online.
Yeah, and speaking of online, we put out full videos on YouTube of the show. We've invested heavily.
Yeah.
We have a really great set now. If only the weather permitted.
I know. Behind the scenes for the audio folks is we are recording virtually today because it's yet another blizzard in New York. So,
I feel like this is the worst one that maybe I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I'm looking out at my back deck right now, and it's truly just a mountain of snow. And what those who aren't here in New York don't even realize is that the snow from the last blizzard just melted. And it was so nasty
literally
and
2
so bad
days
for
ago.
so long, and it finally fucking melted. And it's such a bummer. I've never been more sad to see snow. Normally I would love this, but I'm just I can't do it.
Yeah, it's because if we had a week of melted snow, but it literally just melted on Sunday or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, or it just melted on Saturday. It was beautiful. I'm hoping that it melts quicker. We have a 40-degree day coming up sometime soon.
And I think Zoran is motivated to have it not be so fucked up and bad because a lot of people were coming at him.
That wasn't his fault. The reason why it was so fucked up and bad is because it was a frozen. Because usually after a snowstorm, it gets 40 degrees immediately for a week and then all the snow melts. But it was a freak thing where it was 2 weeks of 20-degree weather after a snowstorm. It's impossible.
It was fucking awful. I mean, it's not really his fault. And also there's probably some stuff they could have done to clean it up quicker or better. So I think that they're doing different stuff this time to
I feel like everyone's taking it seriously for sure.
Yeah, but I just mean I think the mayor's office specifically, they're doing stuff to make sure that the sidewalks are widened faster. They're going to do certain stuff faster to try to have it not happen as bad, hopefully.
We'll see.
At a certain point, it's I mean, it is what it is. It's a foot of snow, 2
it's
feet
more.
of
No,
snow. Where do
they're
you put
counting
it?
18. They're counting 18 inches in Williamsburg, 24 inches in Staten Island. Like,
it's crazy.
It's crazy. So there's only so much a mayor can do for a city of millions of people that it spans hundreds of miles.
There's only a certain level of like snow removal that can be done when it's this level of snow. And yeah, the fact that it was freezing for 2 weeks after, so it just kept like melting and refreezing and melting and refreezing was really bad. So that probably won't happen this time. It feels like we've like seamlessly kind of entered actual podcast mode, but I did want to give us some time up top to thank everyone for coming to Galentine's and say how wonderful Galentine's was, because we had a great, great time.
We have a great time. I think we'll share the Galentine's Day album with all of our patrons.
Yeah.
I think we'll do that so you can see what's up. But it was really cool. It was a really fun vibe. I got 2 tattoos. Alise got 1.
I did. I got a tattoo of my cat. So I'm moving into a new era of divorce.
Yes. You got the bangs.
I know. I'm always moving forward with how divorced I'm being. And getting a tattoo of my cat, I think, moved things forward in a big way. I think that was a big leap. I think that was a big leap forward.
I mean, is it divorced or are you just like a woman in Brooklyn?
I mean, both. They're not. The Venn diagram of woman in Brooklyn and divorced behavior are like, there's a lot of overlap there for sure.
Exactly.
For sure.
Give yourself some grace.
I have software updates for us to start off the show.
I know. I'm so scared. I have
software updates. I'll actually start with the scarier of the two.
Okay, and what is a software update?
A software update is our segment where we update you guys about something that we've discussed on the pod. And I will say this first topic, I think we've really more discussed it on the Patreon than we have here on the actual podcast. But I did want to bring...
I think we did but we published it on our free feed, maybe.
Yeah, that we published the Try Guys episode. We're talking about the fact, everyone, that Ned Fulmer, the wife guy, Try Guy, who was canceled for cheating on his wife.
With an employee at Niagara.
At his YouTube.
At the Harry Styles concert.
At a Harry Styles concert. There's a lot. Go back. Listen to it. But the top line is, he was the wife guy, Try Guy. That was his personality on the show.
Yeah.
And then he cheated on his wife in a very public and kind of insane way. His Field profile has been leaked.
What is Field? There's just like Jesus.
Yeah, we're getting into a lot of different layers of things. Field is the open-minded dating app for people that caters to kink and poly people and diverse sexual experiences, is the quote. I'll say I was on Field because I was like, I'm just divorced and trying to go on dates. And that felt like the easiest place to say that. But the big thing about Field is that it's like the sex one.
Yeah.
It's
like
the one
kinky
for
sex. Kinky
yeah,
sex,
and it's kind of like, it's known that people use like aliases on it. Like, I'm just like a letter on it. Like, most people don't have like their full name on it. And and you like can put a bunch of sexual information about yourself on it. I don't put a bunch of sexual information about myself on it. You don't have to. And if I were maybe the famously canceled wife guy, Try Guy being on it, I perhaps would not put a ton of sexual information on there.
I cannot think of a more divorced white guy app than Field.
Well, yeah, that's literally why I went there. I was like, I need to find some divorced white guys to dick me down. And I went on Field and I found them, darling.
I mean, they dicked you down in many ways.
Yeah, well, and these are stories for another day. But what I'm saying is, yeah, if that's what you're looking for, Field is where you're going to find them. So does it surprise me
that Ned Fulmer's on Field?
The wife guy, Try Guy is on Field? Absolutely not. So basically what happened is, I guess his Field gets leaked, but there's almost like, have you heard of the Streisand effect?
Yes, where it's like the apology makes it worse.
Or it's like, in order to try to draw attention away from something, you draw more attention to it. Basically what happened was there was some like U.S. Geological Survey website that had aerial photos of like some California hill, and Barbra Streisand's house was included in the photos. And she like sued to get those photos taken down, even though they were just weird random photos that were buried. Like they were photos no one was ever going to see and no one was ever going to know it was her house. But in suing to get them taken down, the photos ended up being published and now you can always find them, and like they became way, way, way more popular. So that's when people say the Streisand effect, it's like when you're trying to maybe get ahead of something or around something or tamp something down and you end up like fanning the flames more.
Wow.
I think this is a Streisand effect type situation. So basically, Ned Fulmer tweets out, apparently someone doxed my Field profile. Cool. Saves me $29.99 a month because he's paying for Field.
Oh my God. $30 a month to put your like faceless.
That's tough. I'm not paying for
Field. Stop! $39.99. Like, what are you even doing? Why are you even paying for Field? Like, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't even know Field had a paid feature. That's like blowing my mind because the incentive of doing paid Hinge or paid whatever is to get more matches so that you can like, I guess like find someone serious to date. But if you're just like having indiscriminate sex, like why do you need? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, people.
I guess it's a numbers game with guys.
Relationships too. Like there are people who want all sorts of shit on there, and I don't know. I think there are maybe more men on it than women. So if you're like a straight guy, the paid features might help you see more women. I don't know. This I don't know. I would not be paying for Field. So he says, apparently somebody doxed my Field profile. Cool. Saves me $29.99 a month. I truly give zero fucks and invite you to roast it, especially at Bebe Rexha, which I couldn't figure out why he invoked Bebe Rexha or like what she has to do.
I think maybe Bebe Rexha like made fun of him. Oh, also Bebe Rexha like has publicly been asking for
dates and stuff that I saw to be
so
set up.
Maybe he's trying to get set up with Bebe Rexha.
You know what? Every single option that you just put forward is valid. We don't really know why he invoked Bebe Rexha.
Why was Bebe Rexha?
Why is she in it? We don't really know. But here's the thing. So then he starts tweeting out all his Field profile pictures and rating them himself. So what
does rating that mean?
Like 7 out of 10, blah, blah, blah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a bunch of his pictures. I'm going to get you to rate them, and then I'm going to tell you what he said.
Oh, my God.
So, because there's just a lot going on here.
I guess I'm like, what makes someone a successful YouTuber for BuzzFeed is the lack of shame, I guess. Because I'm just like, he's just wired in a way for maximum cringe, maximum embarrassment in every single scenario. He's always going to pick I think he's, like, did he say that he's a sadist?
Well, let me show you what he says on his profile, actually.
Oh, God.
Because
I'm just like, he likes pain, obviously. Public humiliation kink.
Okay, so this is the first picture on his profile. Can you read the bio? We can't see his hidden bio, unfortunately.
His name is Edward. He's 38, and he's a man, and he's straight, and he says he's Dom leaning switch, looking for a bratty sub. He's 5'10", Gemini. Oh, Jesus, of course. An ENFJ. Athletic and currently sporting a beard. I'm single and live alone in a gorgeous house in Silver Lake. Maybe you'll be lucky enough to see it someday, wink face.
And then it's like a picture of him with his dog. He's smiling. It's not a bad picture.
I'm just like, I guess I'm like, it just looks all over the place, right? So he's using a fake name, which, okay, whatever. But then he's also saying...
that's probably his, like, real full name.
Edward Fulmer? Nedward?
Yeah, well, because dated a guy named Ned in college, and his full name was Edward. So I think that I think that he's just using his full name. And also, it is the culture on Field. Like, you don't have to have
that's fair.
Your name.
That's fair. But Edward, Ned, that's just foreign white culture to me. But to me, it seems all over the place because the picture's giving wholesome. The fact that he's with his dog is giving wholesome. But then the first line is Dom leaning switch looking for bratty sub, which is giving like sexually forward. Then we're talking 5'10", but then we're talking ENFJ, which is like the personality trait. So it's like, well, if you're talking about fucking, why do I care if you're an ENFJ? And then he's saying, I'm single and live alone in a gorgeous house in Silver Lake. Yeah, because you're divorced. You have kids on visitation. That's why you live in a gorgeous house that your wife helped you to get. And maybe you'll be lucky enough to see it someday. I don't know. Sounds like a serial killer to me. The vibes are all over the place.
Yeah, the vibes are all over the place. I would like switch the order of this information. I would start with ENFJ, athletic, currently sporting a beard, Gemini, whatever, that information. I think when you're starting with Dom leaning switch looking for bratty sub, it's a lot.
It's a lot
coming out of the gate.
It's
even
a
on
lot,
field.
but
and I'm someone who's
you're
on
saying
field,
that, okay.
And I'll say, I mean, some people's profiles are, this is very tame. But what I'm saying is, if you're using Field because you want to hook up, but also you want to maybe go on dates and like whatever, the point is, a lot of Field profiles will say this type of stuff, but usually it's like towards the end. You know what I mean? Like the beginning is more like actor guy living out, blah, 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 or like divorced dad getting back out there. Like usually like the top line is like kind of a normal dating app profile thing. And then at the bottom, you would maybe say Dom leaning switch, looking for bratty sub.
What is a Dom leaning switch? So he's usually a Dom, but he can switch to sub.
Yeah.
But he's looking for a bratty sub.
But he's looking for a bratty sub.
And a bratty sub is like a submissive person who's like annoying about it.
Yeah.
So I'm just like,
no, you can't. But you can, actually.
But I'm like, when guys are like Dom leaning switch, I'm like, so you just have sex like a normal person where sometimes you're dominant.
Depending on the situation, you might have sex in a variety of different ways. Whatever.
I'm just like, that's so
annoying.
Shit. Yeah, I hate, that's why, I guess this is why I hate Field. Because I'm like,
very like, yeah, you have to say exactly your dynamics and whatever, and you can add all that stuff in. And if you match with people, you have a hidden bio. We cannot see his hidden bio.
So what is typically in a hidden bio?
Hidden bio is where you would maybe say something more spicy.
Okay, so you're saying that he should put Dom leaning switch looking for bratty sub in the hidden bio.
Maybe in the hidden bio. Because on Field, you can basically indicate Dom leaning switch looking for bratty sub in your Field profile without saying this line, because you can like put it as your interest.
Yeah.
So there are just different ways to put this out there. And me personally, if I'm the wife guy, try guy, and I'm on Field and I fucking know that people are going to screenshot my Field because obviously that's going to happen, maybe I would put Dom leaning switch looking for bratty sub in the hidden bio.
In Ned's defense, which I feel like you should have some compassion, I'm just like, he completely missed out on the dating app. Like, I feel like Field is like an advanced dating app. It's like the most advanced navigation of dating app culture dynamics and most complicated. And I feel like if he was with Ariel for all through BuzzFeed, he completely missed out on fucking everything that has to do with dating app. And like, also, as much as everyone says, like, whatever dating app culture, like, there's all these unwritten norms and all this stuff. And like, he's fucking figuring it out in a public way, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I do have compassion for that. I just am always, I'm consistently surprised by his like lack of self-preservation instinct, I guess. Because,
yeah, but I'm like, is that what makes him a good YouTuber?
Probably, because it's just like, I mean, I think it's kind of a bummer that the wife guy, try guy can't be on Field without getting screenshotted to some degree. But at the same time, like, that is just what it is. And you do have to know. So
Yeah, but then change the name, change the picture, don't use your face. But why the fuck are you posting about it then if you're like annoyed?
Well,
and then at that point, then just go on Raya. If you're just looking for like, why don't you just go on Raya or Hinge at this? Like, if you're talking about ENFJ and whatever, like, and you're putting your name out there and you're linking it back to your ex profile, you might as well just go on Hinge or just go on Raya.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, what he said about this first post, his rating of himself is...
I would give it a 6.
You would give it a 6?
Or maybe an 8.
Yeah. Okay. Guess what? He gave it a 7.
Okay.
Let's rate these photos. Cute smile. I like the dog. Bio could be better, but it's not that deep. I don't disagree 100% with his ranking of himself there. Okay, here's the next photo. It's him wearing like a suit and then like a mask, like a masquerade ball mask.
It's crazy how much masks work because I would not have picked him.
I would not recognize him as the white guy. I would maybe put this picture first for him.
Exactly. Why wouldn't you put this in?
And we put Dom leaning switch looking for Bratty sub in the hidden bio. This is how I would help him.
Exactly.
Because hidden bio, you can only see if someone matches with you. So the person has to, you're still probably going to get screenshotted, but it's an extra level of protection for yourself, Ned.
Exactly. And I'm like, this is a good field picture for me.
Yeah, because his face is covered.
No, because it's like, it's still like somewhat anonymized.
Yes.
But it's like also... Like, you can, like, you want to see what the fucking guy, that he's not like a weird, he's out, like he's wearing a suit, whatever.
Yeah. So what do you rate this one?
I would say this is like 8 or 9.
Wow. Okay. You are right in line with how he's rating himself. He gave it an 8 out of 10. He said, nice fit, mask is fun, great view.
Why is he rating it himself?
This is part of his crash out. But look at this. Was a photo shoot with Ariel for our dating profiles at a school fundraiser, but nobody needs to know that. So Ariel is the ex-wife that the wife guy cheated on, and I guess they took these photos of each other for their dating apps. I can't even begin to get into that.
Wait, like they took
each other's photos. That's what
okay.
I mean, do what they need to do like their like we're friends thing.
You know what? At first I was like, I think that a guy should not use a picture of an ex that an ex took on, like if they're on a romantic day trip and he takes a picture that she took of him, like that's fucked up. I really do believe that Ariel wants nothing more for this man to move on.
Yeah.
Like, so
she took a nice photo of him. He really should have used it as the first photo.
Yeah. So, and here we go in that she's the whole reason for the fucking brand because she knows how to make this guy look good and he done flopped it.
Exactly.
And he done flopped it.
Okay. Now here's the next one. It's him with kite surfing or something.
No.
It's really bad. He has a lot of sunscreen on his face. I really don't like this one.
It's Republican coded. It's the racist Oakley sunglasses.
Yeah.
We have like the face, like I don't know what that's called when they oversaturate their sunblock face thing.
It's basically he has like a super white cast sunscreen on.
But he did it like OD.
Yeah.
And then it's not covering his receding hairline. It's just tough. It's tough.
Yeah. It's very much giving that picture of Mark Zuckerberg where he's like, where his like got like his butt looks really big, and then also he has insane sunscreen on his face, and he's also doing some kind of water sport. Like it's just not good.
Also,
what do you give this one?
I'll give this a 4 or a 5. Okay.
He gave this one a 6. He's wrong about this.
He's crazy. The board makes him look short. He's 5'10". He's really not that short. But this is just bad.
The board does make him look short. Wow,
the board makes him look short. Like, it's just bad in every way. I'm sorry. It's going to be a no for me, dog.
Okay.
Like, this is something that you post on your grid to, like, be funny.
Yeah.
And it should not, like, I don't even know.
It should,
like,
no. You're 100% right. So he overestimated that one. This one, he's dressed like the Hulk, or he's painted green like the Hulk. I don't like it. He's like shirtless, but the thing is, it's not even the shirtlessness. It's that he's not like painted well.
Green
like,
all the way, yeah.
He's kind of the green paint looks shitty, and like his arms are not all done, and it's way more green on the top of his chest and stuff. Like it's
nasty.
Yeah, he looks.
But the bod looks nice. Like it's all to show off his bod. But then just take a fucking. This is like he could have taken the kite surfing video after he went kite surfing with all the gear off next to the thing, like shirtless. But he's a fucking idiot. This is bad though. It's like not well distributed. He's like green neck. It's just like terrible.
Yeah, I don't like that.
But he wants to show off that he has abs, which I'm like, the abs and the body does look nice, but it's just covered in green shit. So,
what do you?
I'd give this a 6.
Okay, he gave it 5 out of 10, and he said this: Hulk costume, Halloween 2022. When I was in treatment, stress, anxiety, depression had my weight down to 155, which is way too low. 170 better, but my abs look defined, and I'm painted green, so whatever. It's fun. So that's just a lot of information.
I thought he was going to say it's 5 because what the fuck? I don't care if you're in treatment. In treatment for what? Being a
Stress
dumbass?
Stress and anxiety.
The person who makes a stress and anxiety recovery center for men to recover post blowing up their life after an affair, they're making like that needs to exist. I mean, because I'm like, what are you in stress? It's self-induced stress.
Yeah. Like, so then we end with this one. It's him in a hot tub in front of a sunset. What do you think?
I like the background. I like the concept. The pose is not my favorite. I wish he was like leaning back with his arms open, like kind of like welcoming. He's kind of hunched over.
Yeah.
And the hair around his nipples, like it does look like hairy, like monkey tits. So like that's the barrier for me.
Okay, yeah.
But the smile and he's like hunched over.
Feedback.
That's hard feedback. But like I would say from the neck up,
but he's opening up to feedback. He's opening up to feedback. So
I would say from the neck up, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
and it's like on the right track. I just would not like hunch over and pose like that. I would like lean back and like open my arms more.
Yeah, like from I think he looks a little goofy in it, but I think in terms of it being one of several dating app profile pictures, it shows like you do stuff. You're fun. You're in a hot tub. You're in a beautiful location. You go places, whatever. The sunset is nice. What would you give this one?
I'd give it like a 7 or an 8.
He said 6. Hot tub mountain man. IDK. Probably should delete this one, but the sunset was nice. This is the last one. This is a very classic field profile. Like the top half of his face you can't see, and he looks scary. He's in black and white, and he's dressed spooky.
It's at least more sexy than it. Like this
is giving Dom leaning switch.
It's giving Dom leaning switch. If his beard is this big, then he should be like leading with this.
Yeah.
It is
women
giving
who want
like,
that want that.
Women who want that. It's giving like Chris Angel mind freak, like
it
not
is.
my twist, but
it's a little
God
bit
bless.
Pick-up artisty.
Yeah, exactly. Just like he's gonna do magic tricks in Vegas.
Yeah.
But I don't hate
he
it.
He knows magic.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
But a lot of guys on field are giving he knows magic.
Exactly. I'm like, this is what it is. That's like they're, like, it's like being annoying. Like, it's being annoyed that you see a bachelorette party in Nashville. Like, that's where they're going to be.
Yeah,
this is the culture. So God bless. I don't think this is that bad. I think this is better than definitely the kite surfing one.
Yeah.
And, maybe I would argue classier than the Hulk one for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so he gave this one his lowest rating. He said this one was a 4 out of 10.
He's stupid. He
said this one's nuts and way too costumey. From the Eras tour, Reputation, but the beard was strong and whatever. I'm a single dad on a dating app out here living my life.
Okay, but so he's wearing a wedding ring in this though.
Yes, he said, so that's the next line. 2024 wedding ring is confusing, but hey, it's field and half the people are poly. Which is true. I don't know. I think it works as a field picture. I think on any other app, this would be off-putting to people.
I'll give it a 7. He gives it a 4?
7. He gave it a 4.
He's an idiot, but he doesn't know anything.
But he doesn't know.
He's paying for field. Like, I don't trust his opinion.
Yeah. His self-preservation instinct is not, it's not where it needs to be. Okay. That was Ned Fulmer's field profile software update. I have one more software update for us. Have you read the Cuts I Love My Husband Who Hates Me article by Bindu Bain-Sanath?
No, but I've seen so many think pieces about it.
It's a whole thing. We're not like actually going to deep dive into the article today, though that is something maybe we would do on Patreon at some point, because it's a larger piece that's about the trend that we've like sometimes talked about on here of like women who come online and they share what's supposed to be like a funny story about their relationship, but the story kind of reveals that their husband hates them. And then they go viral because everyone's like, hey, your husband hates you. And then usually they defend the husband and it's this whole back and forth. There was recently that woman who did a video of like her husband packed her lunch. She's a teacher.
And it was dog food. And it was like,
old Chipotle and dog food. Yeah. And then everyone was like, hey, that's really disrespectful. And then it followed the exact plot that I just outlined.
It's a whole meme now. It's a meme response to like every time somebody posts an embarrassing video, there's like a copy pasta. Like, let me guess. He actually is really nice. We don't understand him based on this interaction. You're not going to leave him. Everyone's taking it too serious. Like everyone's kind of sick of it.
So the article is about that, and it's about that larger phenomenon and like how that feels. But why it is a software update and why it is relevant to our past conversations is that they start out by talking about Dax Shepard and Kristen Bell. And basically what we've kind of kept our eye on here since we first talked about it in the Jamie Lynn Watson episode, which is this sort of backlash to their relationship that has cropped up in the past couple of years, this like collective ick that people have started to get from them that really kicked off back in October. That's when we talked about it with Jamie, when Kristen Bell published that anniversary post on Instagram where she dedicated it to the man who once said to me, I would never kill you, even though I'm heavily incentivized to kill you. I never would. And that,
ha ha ha.
Yes.
Ha ha ha.
And that kicked off
Key.
all of this like discourse about them and people looking back into them. We looked back into them right here on the pod. And since then, it's like come up kind of again and again, because this was something that was actually in one of our outlines once and then we had to cut it. But Kristen Bell at one point also got into a fight with this YouTuber, Melanie Hamlet.
Who's a friend of the pod.
Yeah, friend of the pod. And basically, like, Melanie Hamlet posted a song about Dax Shepard and Kristen Bell, like a piece of content.
I think we played one of her videos in our Dax Shepard thing, so...
Probably.
Yeah.
And then Kristen Bell got into the comments, and they were going back and forth, and it was very much exactly the meme, like you talked about, like, you guys don't know our relationship from one interaction, blah, 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 blah. So that happened. Then, a little over a month ago, the clip of Cher basically saying that Kristen could do better while on Armchair Expert also started going viral.
Yeah, like I think Dax set her up to say that.
Who would you like to see Kristen with? If you got to pick from every available bachelor. Oh, they don't even have to be available. They can be some taken ones if you want. Who would be your dream partner for her? Because I know you think she could be better. And I don't disagree. Who would be your pick?
I don't know.
Brad Pitt, maybe?
Self-deprecating right now. He's
I just want to know who she thinks your dream catch would be. There's some people I have that I think are good.
You've never thought about that.
No.
She's just
not sold yet on me.
She's not sold yet. Well, you don't have the relationship.
I don't have the talent of either of you guys. So, I mean, that part
No, but the truth is, I trust her. So you must have something that I don't see.
Yeah, there you go.
Cher is intimidating to guys like Dax because she is like married to someone who's 40 years younger than her. And Amber Rose's baby daddy.
Wait, Cher's husband is Amber Rose's baby daddy?
Yes. 100% yes.
What?
Part of people, there's a theory that that's part of her right-wing pivot, was that she was
Cher had a right-wing pivot?
No, Amber Rose. Rose.
What?
Amber Rose's right-wing pivot came from her baby daddy leaving her for a woman
Cher.
who's for Cher.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to do some research into that.
You've seen pictures of him, right?
Yes, but I did not know that was that's information I'm receiving for the first time, and I'm gonna have to sit with that.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to change my outlook on life based on what I've just learned. But for now, the point is, there's this clip of Cher on Armchair Expert that also brought the conversation back to the forefront. So it's like, ever since we talked about it back in October, it keeps coming up in like little ways. And Kristen Bell's turning off comments, and she's getting in the comments, and she's doing little things. And they're
Can I say something shady that you might have to cut? Okay. But I'm not going to name drop. But I remember specifically for Hispanic Heritage Month, we asked somebody to come on our podcast, and they said they're not doing podcasts, but they popped up an Armchair Expert. And I'm like, you're corny. You would go. You'd go on Dax Shepard's podcast before you come to the gauntlet of Grass Nation. Yeah, you don't deserve Grass Nation. Pathetic. Pathetic.
And I'm not going to cut any of that.
Good.
Everyone can guess. But okay, so basically, The Cut does this article. And like I said, it's a larger piece about this trend in general, but it uses Dax and Kristen as like the jumping off point. Like that's kind of where the article begins. But also when The Cut published the article, when they like first wrote about it on Instagram like 3 days ago at this point, they published it with the caption, "What is it about a random couple's marriage that can set off such an explosive reaction?" In early January, Kristen Bell and Cher joined Dax Shepard to record an episode of his podcast, Armchair Expert. I guess I should say that the person Millie was just talking about was not Cher. The only reason Cher hasn't been on the podcast was because we had conflict issue. Like we had just
Cher wants to come on the pod.
Cher wants to be on the pod.
Cher, no one wants to be on the pod more than Cher.
Yeah, exactly. Like that just to be clear, we're not talking about Cher.
No.
It soon devolved into an awkward, if painful, relatable situation. A confrontation between your husband and your friend who's never liked him. After Cher said Belle was Shepard's better half, he asked her who her dream partner for Belle would be. Because I know you'd think you could do better, and I don't disagree. Neither did viewers. Cher is right, they wrote, under a now viral clips of the interaction. He hates and resents his wife. Commenters sometimes get too worked up about someone else's affairs. But many of us get secondhand embarrassment from these women because their experiences hit close to home. The treatment they seem to normalize for themselves reminds us of what we once might have normalized for ourselves. Women no longer want to commiserate. They want you to do better. At Bindu Bansaneth reports on the culture shift at the link in bio. So basically, like, they included that excerpt in how they published the article. And as a result, we have celebs getting into the comments to defend Dax and Kristen.
Do you think Monica Padman is a celeb? Is that like really?
I mean, a who, not a A-list. She's
a celeb leaning switch.
Yeah, absolutely. Celeb leaning switch for sure. I mean, whatever. Like,
she's getting invited to more shit. Yeah,
exactly.
Then go touch grasses.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, that's how this fucking country works.
I know, and it's sick, and
it's sick, and it's fucking sick because everything. The origins, the whole reason why Kristen Bell is in this shit in the first place is by another whack-ass podcast by the Foster sisters. It's all white people on podcasts that are doing crazy shit that want culture to react.
We have to live in their
and we
nest.
have to live in their nest. And we gotta react. We can't react.
You're gonna put your whole relationship on display, but I can't have an opinion.
Yeah, well, let's see what did Monica Padman say.
Okay,
Tell us.
Dax's co-host, Monica Padman, who, is the co-host of Armchair Expert.
Celebrity.
Right. I mean, to
whatever
degree.
Yeah. I've been at 17
person with a Wikipedia page.
I've been at 17.9 thousand followers for 4 months, like for a year actually. And then every time it almost gets to 18,000, 2 people unfollow.
That's what always happens.
That's what always happens. So I'm not going to criticize Monica Padman.
But anyway, she comments, "Stop doing this. It's extremely anti-feminist to say Kristen, an uber-successful woman, is stuck in a relationship where she is forced to defend her husband. It assumes she has no agency, confidence, or opinions of her own, all of which are completely untrue and a dangerous idea to spread about women. I've never been around a couple that's more partnered, equal, and communicative with one another. This contrived talking point you are slinging is exactly what's wrong with the internet. Do better. Also, we do not give you permission to use our images. Take them down. So yeah, Dax's co-host getting into it. And at a certain point, it's like, okay, at least...
Is it anti-feminist to be like,
no,
Kristen Bell's husband shouldn't do domestic violence jokes about beating the shit out of her?
This is the classic, you're criticizing another woman, like that's not feminism. Like for you to say anything bad about another woman or her relationship, or for you to like have an opinion on what another woman is doing, like that's actually not feminism, and anyone saying something mean to me is misogyny. It's like very like 2014
it's stupid
era shit.
But I'm also like, I don't think that this article is about like forcing Kristen Bell to...
No.
It's about the phenomenon and the culture that is already existing. Like somebody talking about a culture that exists doesn't make it so, like, shut the fuck up. Also, if anything, Dax is forcing Kristen and like not really like, you know, assuming her agency or confidence by asking someone else in front of her who else would be a better partner, and then saying Brad Pitt. It's like, hey, how about instead of someone who jokes about domestic violence? Allegedly.
I mean, allegedly she said it, that she said it was his joke, so like...
Oh, no, I'm saying allegedly with Brad Pitt, like, being a domestic abuser.
Oh, right. I get what you mean.
Because he's like, who's her dream guy? Brad Pitt? And it's like, Brad Pitt sucks. Like, you don't even know women enough to know the hottest man in America, in North America right now is a guy who pretended to bottom for a hockey team. Like, you don't know anything.
Yeah, like you're not tuned in. But okay, so I mean that's like his co-host, so it may
She has to. She's contractually obligated.
Yeah.
She has to say something.
The podcast is implicated, like it gets to a certain degree. But then Kristen's co-star, Justine Loop, who is also from Succession. She's Connor's wife, the like sex worker who he marries.
Oh, yes.
She's her co-star in Nobody Wants This. She's great in Nobody Wants This also. She's actually very talented, but she also comments on the article. And she goes, "It's sad to see a publication I generally admire indulging in such tabloid-esque clickbait. I felt
This is the cut? This is the cut?
Yeah.
Wait, the cut? She's saying this now?
She's saying this now to the cut.
Like, has she been around forever? Like, the cut has always been... Anyway.
Okay, so then she goes, "I felt the same way about the thinly written article by Ashley Tisdale that publicly shamed and humiliated a group of moms while offering no real substance or insight on the very real loneliness that can come with being a mom." So she just goes...
Yeah, now she's talking about... Now she's catching...
involved in Ashley Tisdale mom group.
She's like, and you fuck with my homegirl Hillary, too.
It's gotta be something like, I'm like, oh, Justine Loop, like, I didn't know that she's clearly connected to Ashley Tisdale mom group in some way, because
she felt like she held that.
She's been waiting.
She's been waiting.
She said,
okay, what else
I understand that getting attention is a challenge for publications like yours, but I'm far more interested in the work you do that elevates and celebrates women, like the one you just did on our Olympians, instead of this bummer, dark, and honestly delusional stuff. So Justine Loop has a grudge against the cut that's related to mom group.
I'm sorry, like, Alise, first of all, either we break stories before the cut or the cut has stories that we cover. Babe, it's always been tabloid-esque clickbait, but it's just written in Garamond font so people get it twisted. But $50,000 in a shoebox? Yes, that was bummer, dark, delusional. They're always doing this shit. Shut up.
I just really wanted to read it because it reveals something so interesting about Justine Loop, which is that she feels some kind of clear connection to the Ashley Tisdale mom group stuff, because why is that?
Why'd you bring that up?
In the comment? Like, she's been waiting to say some shit to the cut. She must be friends with some of the moms in the mom group.
She's friends with Meghan Trainor, and she's trying to, like, stick up for her co-host. The thing about The Cut is that it's always reporting on cultural dynamics, like specifically in the world of college educated women and like specifically white women, liberal, like all this stuff. And like sometimes it means you're going to talk to a creative director who just got divorced and blah, 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 like they do. Or or sometimes it's like a niche celebrity mom group. Like these are the stories that are interesting to these group of people.
Yeah.
It says something like...
It's a culture magazine and publication,
And also, like, for Miss Justine, like, first of all, there's a lot of very problematic shit from Nobody Wants This that a lot of Jewish women have. Like, we can all play this game of, like, bummer, dark, delusional, not true, not whatever. But then if anyone criticizes that, then that's entertainment. And that's like, no, this is someone's story. This is whatever.
Yeah, so that's where we're at with the Dax and Kristen of it all, is like, people are getting... The discourse has, like, brought celebrities into the comments, which you don't always see. Okay, speaking of the discourse, it is now time for us to get into our main segment of the show, which is also a dispatch from the animal kingdom.
Wow.
Because today, we are talking about Punch the monkey. Millie, I know that you're aware of Punch.
I'm very aware of Punch.
We've talked about Punch in different group chats. For anyone who doesn't know, we have another viral animal in our midst. We have a very viral animal.
Some may say it's 2026's Mudang.
Well, we're gonna address exactly that. We're gonna address the Mudang allegations.
Mudang allegations for real.
So Punch the monkey is a 7-month-old macaque monkey, which is like just like a little guy. Like they're little.
Yeah.
The story of Punch is that his mother abandoned him when he was a little baby.
I have to pause you. Sorry. I heard Punch was a woman. I heard Punch was a girl monkey. That's what I've seen.
You might be right.
Because that's like a big twist, is that they're bullying this girl monkey.
Let me see. Okay, but this is Google AI, so let me just make sure. Punch Coon is male.
Okay.
Punch the monkey is male, according to his Wikipedia. He was born July 26, 2025.
Okay. That's the same day Tino was born, July 26th.
Wow. Huge day for cute little guys.
Huge day for cute little guys.
Okay, so Punch the monkey, basically his story is that he was abandoned by his mom, and then he was taken in by the Ichikawa City Zoo, which is like outside Tokyo. But then he wasn't fitting in with any of the monkeys at the Ichikawa City Zoo, and those monkeys were actually also not being nice to him, and he wasn't socializing well. So he imprinted on this IKEA brand stuffed orange orangutan that he carries around. And just between the underdog story, the cuteness of the monkey, the presence of the stuffed orangutan, like there was just a lot working in Punch's favor, I think, for him to become a viral animal in this way.
And I feel like Japanese zoo content, like they're always going viral in Japanese zoos. They really got their shit on lock in Japan with the zoos.
Yeah, and I'm like, I feel like most US zoos now also have like these live cams and stuff. But there's something going on at the Asian zoos where people are really watching these animals on the live cams. And I think that's a big part of it, too. If we're starting to think about where Mudang and Punch overlap, it's that people then start tuning in to like see if they can catch a glimpse of the viral animal on the live feed.
Yeah.
So, okay, for Punch, we already have this underdog story that is taking place. Then, like I said, people start watching him on the live stream. That's when he starts going really viral because we start seeing all these clips of him being bullied. So I'm going to show you a clip. So here we have a video. It's by a Volcaholic that says, "Little Punch, scared by the bigger monkeys, jumps into a hole and tries to drag Oranga Mama in. She's too big, yet he keeps going. It's pure heart melt." And it's basically a video of that. It's Punch like hiding from the bigger monkeys and trying to bring the little orangutan in. And then the big monkeys come and start scaring him. So these are like the types of videos that are going viral regarding Punch. Basically, it enables people to like create this storyline about Punch that I think contributes to why he's ultimately going so viral, because it's not just that he's cute, it's also that he's like under siege. So here's one. Punch gets rejected for a hug and goes back to hug the plushie, and it's a video of Punch trying to hug all these other monkeys and they won't hug him, so he goes back to his plushie. So what are you feeling when you see the videos of Punch, when you hear about Punch? Like, how did this affect you?
I just feel like, everyone wants someone to root for. We miss monoculture. And there's always going to be a cute animal that's kind of rejected in a way. Like, we love that, and the IKEA orangutan thing added some twist. So, again, I see all the elements working and, like, why this hit in a certain way.
Yeah, I mean, number one, it's like, obviously there's a cuteness factor, which always helps. Like, not every viral animal is cute, but it really helps for them to be cute.
It keeps it longer, yeah.
It keeps it longer. And then I think, so in the case of Moo Dang, we had this sort of story about Moo Dang that was like, she's cranky and she's like slippery and she's going to bite you and she's going to bite her handler and she's like a funny little slippery little hippo.
Mm-hmm.
And with Punch, his narrative is like, he's so sad.
He's bullied.
So
he's so alone.
Bullied. He keeps trying. He's so bullied. He's so alone. So I do also feel like you need to have like a personality that you can impose upon the viral animal.
Yeah.
That also helps. I don't think that Punch is quite as ubiquitous as Moo Dang. Like, I don't think he's quite where Moo Dang, when we got to peak Moo Dang, like I don't think Punch is going to be on SNL maybe necessarily.
Not yet, but it can happen.
It could get.
Because IKEA has intervened. It's all over Twitter. People are like really tweeting a lot. I think when it starts breaking into other platforms like TikTok and Instagram, that's when we're going to start seeing it on, it being satirized.
The late night shows probably first, then maybe we could get, I mean, part of the reason the Moo Dang of it all happened is because there was this like natural, funny connection to the Chaperone stuff.
Yeah.
But we are seeing signs. So apparently the Ichikawa City Zoo, they had double the amount of visitors last weekend than like they had that same weekend a year before. It was like up to like 8,000 visitors. So they're definitely getting the like bump that we heard about with Moo Dang, where that became part of Moo Dang's story too, is that people were like throwing things into her enclosure and stuff like that. We haven't heard of anyone throwing anything into Punch's enclosure. And I would hope
not. And also, like, monkeys are not like, I mean, hippos are scary, but monkeys can jump and do some crazy shit.
Yeah, I also wonder if, like, you probably can't throw anything into his enclosure. Like, he might have a different type of enclosure.
Yeah.
These are just logistical questions about Punch. But we're seeing that the zoo is getting more foot traffic. And also, this IKEA orangutan toy has become one of IKEA's best sellers, but IKEA won't say how many of them they've sold. But clearly, sales of the little monkey have gone up. Attendance at the zoo has gone up. So what I want to do now to round out the discourse about Punch, because, like, here on this podcast, we're developing a lot of criteria. We're developing a lot of ways to think about virality and trends and types of people we see online. So what I wanted to talk about is, okay, so there is this street style TikToker that I like called Karia Street Style, and she's always talking about, like, she's like a fashion photographer, and she talks about like trends as part of this trend curve that was created by this woman, Sophia C. Style. And I'm going to show you the trend curve, and I want us to talk about where we think Punch is on the trend curve of his virality. Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention, and we obviously can't allow this to happen, but Andrew Tate's brother Tristan did offer to buy Punch.
No.
I mean, obviously we can't allow that to take place.
No. No,
I don't want to give too much credence to that, but that is something that did happen.
You know what, though? I will say that people protect monkeys more than they protect women. So if he does anything with a woman, like, if he, whatever, abusing a woman, Miami, Florida won't care. But if he does something fucked up to a monkey,
with a monkey,
people will.
People will care. people will care. Okay, so this is the fashion trend curve created by Sophia C. Style. Stage 1 is creation. Stage 2 is early growth. Stage 3 is marketing period, celebrities and influencers. Stage 4, wave of purchasing, post-marketing. Stage 5, still relevant 1 year past prime. And stage 6 is not trendy. So I would say for our purposes, maybe stage 3 is like when celebrities and influencers start tweeting about or like posting about it.
Yeah, I would say that Punch is in between 2 and 3, I think, because we haven't gotten a real big celebrity to chime in yet. But the people are talking.
Yeah, and I would say that maybe for our purposes, stage 4 would be that level of like late night shows are talking about it, SNL Weekend Update, it gets referenced in some way. Like then we're, again, monoculture doesn't exist, but like we're getting close to everyone has heard about the animal. Hello, everyone. Editor Alise here, popping in to say that we recorded this episode on Monday afternoon. By Monday night, the late night shows had started to address Punch the Monkey. I'm seeing Colbert clips of Punch. We don't know if SNL has any plans or designs on Punch. We'll have to wait and see. But there is an argument to be made that between the recording and the release of this episode, Punch moved from stage 3 to stage 4, animal virality. And that's just how fast this shit happens. So Punch, if you're listening, stay grounded, stay centered in yourself, surround yourself with good people, clutch onto that orangutan. That's your ride or die. That's someone who's been with you from the beginning. And don't release a meme coin unless you understand financially how that works. Because that is how you will just ruin all of this good energy that's coming your way. If you need anything, Punch, Millie and I are always here for you. Grass Nation is here for you. It's a wild ride to be a viral animal, but there's a lot of people rooting for you. Okay, back to the episode. So I agree that he's still in stage 2, early growth. Early stage 3 celebrities and influencers are starting to speak about him. He's being mentioned on Go Touch Grass.
Yeah, so it's a matter of time.
Yeah.
Justine Loop. If we're going to talk about it, the fucking Cut's about to talk about it. And then what, bitch?
And then what? And then are you going to be...
She was great in Succession. I'm not watching Nobody Wants This.
She's really good in Nobody Wants This, too. She's great. She's very talented. I just think that she had a weird bone to pick about... Like, I think it was more about the mom group than it even was about her friend. But that's neither here nor there. The point is, we're watching the situation with Punch. Punch is in between stage 2 and 3, early growth and celebrities and influencers, and we're going to watch. Where would you say that Moo Dang is? Because I feel like Moo Dang is
still relevant. 1 year post, still relevant.
Yeah, I think.
When was Moo Dang? 2025 or 2024?
2024. So yeah, I would say that maybe she's moving towards not trendy, but I do also feel like she's had some
prime.
Staying power. No, she's certainly not.
Still relevant. She's still relevant, not in her prime.
Still relevant past prime. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I have for you today, Millie. Are you ready to land this ship?
You know that feeling when a story just grabs you and won't let go? That's the kind of drama that's waiting for you on Disney Plus Hulu. Mysterious post-apocalyptic thrillers like the acclaimed Hulu original, Paradise. Action-adventure dramas like Daredevil, Born Again. And iconic medical dramas like Grey's Anatomy. Or maybe you want your drama with a side of comic relief with shows like High Potential. Find the drama you want on Disney Plus and Hulu with a bundle subscription. Terms apply.
All right, Alise.
All right.
Grasshole of the Week is our segment where we pick a group of people, person, a business, somebody, something, an entity that needs to touch grass more than anyone else. This story gets us into the tricky, scary, dangerous world of K-pop drama.
All right. Okay.
I'm so scared. Alise, have you heard anything about the Knetz versus SEAblings?
I don't know anything about anything you just said. I'm going to be honest. You absolutely know way more about K-pop than me. I respect it. The big guys will come across my desk.
Yeah.
But no, Knetz and SEAblings?
Yeah.
No, I know nothing about that.
So, okay. Fresh off of our anthropological study of looksmexing, we're getting into international K-pop drama. And I guess for this, I'd like to ask you who you think the Grasshole is.
Okay.
I feel like maybe some people would say everybody involved is a Grasshole or just some group. So Knetz are short for South Korean netizens. Okay. And netizens are like
residents of the internet.
Yeah, residents of the internet. So the internet community of South Korea is called Knetz.
Okay. That's a large group.
I know.
That's
a large group.
Of people.
Yes. We're staying in Asia. We're getting really into the inter-Asian politics and things.
Great.
So we're getting in there.
It out.
You're going to figure it out. On January 31st, a famous South Korean pop band called Day 6 had their 10-year anniversary at Aixta Arena in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. So it's a very popular city in Malaysia, and this Korean band that has been around for 10 years, did a show there. Malaysian concert etiquette and concert cultures, like they're very, very, very strict about not having any like photography or videography or audio recording devices, especially professional equipment. Like they don't like that. They don't let you film anything. They don't let you do anything. It's really fucking crazy.
Okay.
So there's all these websites that report on different things that happen in K-pop. Mm-hmm. So I would kind of say like maybe like a pop crush kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like, but just focused on K-pop. One of the fan sites goes to this concert in Kuala Lumpur and sneaks in a camera lens that's like, I would say at least like 12 to 15 inches long. Like it's a pretty professional camera lens. Okay. So first of all, everyone's like, how the fuck did they sneak it in there? Whatever. So again, a Korean person from a fan site came in, snuck in a professional camera despite venue restrictions. And apparently the lens was so big, it blocked other people's view. And the venue tried to get this woman to stop. They said, stop taking photos, stop. And she ignored them for the rest of the concert and took the pictures.
Okay. And they couldn't kick her out?
I don't know why they couldn't kick her out. They couldn't kick her out, but like they were telling her to stop. She wasn't stopping. She was ignoring everybody.
Okay.
So some Malaysian fans took a video of this woman who was using the camera and posted it on Threads. And people were talking about how rude it was, like that the website like didn't respect the local rules, like how rude this lady was. Who the fuck does she think she is? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. I mean, this is a classic genre of discourse. Like,
we're getting into concert and etiquette.
Yeah,
yes.
it's like take all the like K-pop specifics or like regional specifics off of it, and it's like how you're supposed to be acting at a concert is going to be a viral conversation no matter where in the world you are.
Yeah, it's kind of like what people wear to weddings.
Yeah.
Kids at weddings. It's one of those hot things. And I would definitely say that when people start getting into trouble at concerts is when their shit gets in the way of other people enjoying their time. So this girl gets her picture of the lens and whatever of this behavior posted on Threads. You know people are angry on Threads.
Oh, no. You guys know how I feel about Threads. You guys know that I'm scared of Threads. People are pissed. Concert etiquette discourse on Threads.
Concert etiquette discourse on
Dark
Threads.
woke.
So Knetz are getting pissed. And they're like, this is fucked up. You're posting this woman's face. She's not consenting to you posting her face. Like she is working. And Malaysian fans started saying like foreign attendees should respect local rules. And it just started locals versus foreign versus
I know.
whatever.
I was like, these are absolutely all 5-alarm fire discourses stacking up on top of each other.
We're not even We're so far away. We're getting closer.
I'm
Okay.
like, oh my God, now we're getting into what makes a good tourist versus what doesn't. But then also what about privacy and doxing? I'm like, oh no.
So here are some translated Korean posts. So somebody said, she already apologized. You should say sorry too for recklessly taking and uploading photos of a private individual. So I guess they're talking about the woman who took the photos already apologized after she fucking did the whole thing and pissed everyone off.
Yeah, and you're in a public place taking photos and videos that you're not supposed to be taking. So she doesn't get to be like, well, you can't take photos of me. It's like, you're not supposed to be taking photos of the concert that you're at.
Well,
if we're talking about who's supposed to be taking pictures and videos of what, the whole thing is that you're not supposed to be taking video.
Somebody posted on X. Now we're getting an X. So this is getting crazy. Somebody says, if you're going to like Korean singers, at least try to respect Korean culture, or else stop consuming fan site photos on your timeline. Is this a trait of foreign, I think that says bitches? That's disgusting.
Is this a trait of foreign bitches?
Yeah.
I like that. Okay, my initial reaction to that, though, is I guess what this person is saying, is it's Korean culture to, stream these things and, take these videos. But you weren't in Korea. You were in Malaysia where it's not the norm. So you don't get to,
But they say that they're exporting their culture. So everyone, so it's getting messy, Alise.
Yeah.
So
but I'm like, but you don't get to do that. You don't get to be like, well, it's our culture. And it's like, but we're not at your house.
We're not at your house.
You're at my house.
You're at my house. So then we had fans from Indonesia start stepping in and defending the Malaysian fans. So it just became two factions, right? It became Korean netizens. And basically they were like, if you don't like Korean culture, you can mind your own business. And it's kind of crazy because it's there's this mass group of Korean internet users who are saying these things. And the most fringe, incelly ones are saying something inflammatory, but then that gets picked up, and then everyone responds to that.
Well, and we see that all the time too, where it's you get the craziest version of it going the most viral.
There you fucking go. So one person says, if you don't fucking like it, you don't have to consume Korean culture. Why don't you consume some shit from your own country then? So what ends up happening is that people are like, yes, let's do that. Here is a video from this Indonesian girl group called Nona. And it starts going viral and people start posting we do have Southeast Asian groups that are really good. Here is one of them. So here's a 40-second video. I'm going to play it and then you're just going to react to what you saw and what you think.
Nobody else won't see me coming, but I'm coming straight for the heart. You never say there's nothing I can dispute. My favorite part. I get to like it, maybe that's when I shoot. Hey, I'm living the truth that you don't test me, you know it's true.
All right, Alise, what did you think?
I mean, they're super cute. It's a catchy song. They're all dancing. The music video is sweet. I don't know. It seems like they're a cute girl group.
Tell me about the setting that you see.
So the music video itself is them. It seems like they're it's a tropical setting. I mean, I assume it's where did you say
Indonesia?
Malaysian or Indonesian?
Indonesian.
Yeah, it's they're out in the greenery. They're dancing. It's a tropical setting. There's a wooden thatched roof house. At one point, they're playing with a puppy. They're wearing a tropical island ensemble.
Yeah, it's kind of lush and it's Hawaii. It looks like Hawaii.
Pacific Island.
Yeah, but it's Indonesia.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? That video starts going viral. Everyone's like, we do have our own pop groups here. We don't need yours. And then some South Korean citizens started roasting the video you just saw and said how tacky and low budget it is. And that's why they're in the rice paddy fields and it's so ghetto. I mean, they're in rice fields, but it's clearly There's drone footage. Like, you could tell that they're like makeup. Like, it's stylized. But
I mean, I will say that, like, they clearly don't have the same resources that, like, a super popular K-pop group has.
I mean, there's other videos where they have more, like, it's a more of an on set, like, whatever. But yeah, but like, this isn't just a random shot on a phone either. Like, you could tell it's an actual music video shoot. It's just taking place in like this lush outdoor thing. It started spiraling into where Korean language posts began attacking Southeast Asian appearance and culture and economic standing, and casting international fans as inferior consumers of K-pop. Then what ends up happening is that they're posting pictures of Southeast Asians' face, and now we're getting into face shape politics.
Oh, no.
And I went on Facebook to try to see this, and this is just an example of the kind of shit that you're seeing sparked from this.
Yeah.
But I thought this was interesting. So this is from Amber Navarro Huang. Long ago, it was considered rarity to find a moon-faced princess. During the Joseon dynasty, 1392 to 1910, beauty standards were influenced by Confucian values, emphasizing modesty, fertility, and harmony. A round face was associated with softness, gentleness, good fortune, prosperity, fertility, health, kind personality. Then they have physiognomy, I guess, what is that called?
Physiognomy. You know what?
Face reading. This isn't a
physiognomy podcast.
Exactly.
This isn't for physiognomy.
So basically, they're saying a fuller, rounder face symbolized stable family force, strong life force, good luck in marriage, while thin or sharp faces were sometimes linked to hardship or harsh personality traits.
Okay.
So they're talking about face shapes and all this shit. We're getting into the weeds.
Yeah, we're getting into deep, weird, ethnocentric stuff.
Speaking of ethnocentric stuff, what happens is that online there becomes an alliance called the SEAblings. And C is short for Southeast Asia. So SEAblings is the community of Southeast Asian people from Indonesia, Singapore, Philippines, Thailand, Malaysia, Cambodia. So they're all online, and they formed an alliance against South Korean.
Another large group of people. Large group of people.
So what happened was the SEAblings started making a bunch of memes and making a bunch of pointed jabs aimed at South Korea's low birth rate, suicide statistics, and cosmetic surgery.
Oh my God.
So here is a Korean-American TikTok user named Inuri Lee. She kind of recapped her favorite insults that the SEAblings launched at Koreans. And the video is titled Epic SEAblings versus South Korea Best Clapback Recap.
Let's go over my favorite insults from the SEAbling versus South Korea drama, because let me tell y'all, the South Asians, they cooked South Koreans. Number one has to be them calling us microplastics. And this is why I can never get plastic surgery, because being called a microplastic, I'm never coming back from that. And in tandem with that, them saying that Korean bodies are basically considered hazardous waste because if you put our body, it's 98% silicone. I'm seared, I'm roasted, I'm burnt, my bones tarred, incinerated. My last favorite one has to be, of course, Koreans don't have pimples. Pimples don't grow on plastic. It healed me. It healed the 12-year-old me that got told to get plastic surgery constantly whenever I went back to Korea.
I cannot endorse the sentiments, but...
No, we can't. We don't. We're just reporting.
We're just reporting on the sentiments. I appreciate that recap of the sentiments. I appreciate her willingness to hear these sentiments.
Yeah, and just be
laughing.
Well, because it's like, I think it started from like, there's a lot of comparison of like, Southeast Asians are dirty. They look like monkeys. They're all this stuff. So then they kind of use it as like a way to critique. It's kind of similar to like every time you make fun of a British person, they always bring up school shootings in America, like online. It seems like it's giving much that.
Well, it also like it reminds me of, why it's kind of different when like Black people or other minority groups in the U.S. make jokes about white people and white culture because it's like you're punching up versus down.
Punching
not
down,
to, like,
yeah.
like not to overuse. I feel like punching down gets used too much, but like that is the point where it's like it is radical for the dominant culture to be like challenged, or the people that are in power to be like challenged for their spot, and for them to have to endure the things that usually are like placed on the other group, like that you're dirty or you're ugly or like you're not desirable or actually the way you are is weird. Like white people got to do that to other people for so long that's why when like I don't know, people will try to claim like reverse racism, but it doesn't exist.
Yeah, and also too, like you have to see, like, you know, stepping away from America, like, you know, there's been a lot of like, you know, this is very nuanced or whatever, but like a lot of comparisons have been, you know, made towards South Korea and America and how South Koreans like view other countries and all this stuff. So, you know, this dispute again started on Threads, went to Twitter, now is on TikTok and Instagram. And, you know, an old video showed several Korean fan sites from a 2024 Indonesian like award show being escorted out for like breaching event rules. So like this is not the first time that, you know, people are saying, but like what ended like an interesting thing that happened out of this was like, again, the positive solidarity of like through posting and owning South Koreans, like this untold alliance of Southeast Asians like came together in a transnational movement that, you know, met with anti-racist solidarity. Somebody, you know, so this guy, Rizal Nova Mujahid of big data consultancy Drone Emperor recorded over 18,000 posts on X, originating from Southeast Asia alone, with engagement reaching into millions, suggesting, again, the issue had spread and that, like, it's just an interesting way that people are showing their Southeast Asian joy and pride and all that, but the president of South Korea did have to make a statement.
Damn.
Wow. Exactly. So not specifically addressing Southeast Asian, South Korean President Lee Jae-myung has publicly condemned racism and hate speech, promising strict penalties for offenders.
Yeah. He pulled a Sydney Sweeney.
I think that it's a she.
Oh. Oh God. Oh God. The prime minister was a she.
Oh no. He. Sorry. There was like
you
some
did that with
fascist.
Punch and
I did that with Punch. There was a fascist Korean leader that was like whatever ruined, but no, that's not her.
Okay. Well, either way, what I'm saying is I think of that now as like the Sydney Sweeney move of like I'm against hate.
Well, they said it's a little bit more like hate speech against specific individuals is especially spreading indiscriminately on social media and other platforms, while false or fabricated information is flooding in. Like on their state-sponsored media on Korea.net, like basically saying like, I've seen this shit online. It's not okay if you're spreading fake shit. You will go to jail. Shit? Well, like that, I guess that Southeast Asians are like orangutans or something crazy, like false information about Southeast Asians.
I mean, that is like false information. I just wasn't sure if there was like a deep fake element or some kind of like AI thing also that was happening. I mean, that is false information.
Yeah. I think it's just like in general. So I guess like part of me is like, it's cool to see Southeast Asians all come together. I do kind of want everyone to touch grass. Like you're not going to argue racial. Like it's kind of crazy because like what someone pointed out is like the craziest fringe response was by someone who had like 10 followers that like blew up something. And it's like, I'm glad that there's like a silver lining, but like, guys, it's rage bait. Stop. Like,
it does seem like people got very activated over something that from concert etiquette we got to the Prime Minister of South Korea is responding and publicly speaking about it. That I do think there is an element of needing to touch grass to everyone. I guess if there has to be one ultimate grasshole of the entire story, it's the person who had such bad concert etiquette that we now have a global movement.
Well, the fan sites, the K-pop fan sites.
Yeah, and I'm like, I guess if I'm choosing sides, I'm on the side of the SEAblings.
Yeah, I think me too.
And I don't agree that because it's a K-pop group or because of the dominance of K-pop that they should be able to not follow the laws of like a concert venue. I don't think that is
doesn't
good.
Make any sense.
I don't think that makes any sense. So for those reasons, Grasshole goes to the netizens for me.
And I think
just original person who needed to stream so bad that they're gonna go to another country, bother a bunch of people, refuse to leave, all so that you can have your K-pop like fan site. If anyone needs to touch grass the most, it's that original woman.
And it's like for a 10-year anniversary.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, wow.
Wow, a lot of shit is happening. Yeah, I agree. So I think Knetz and also the original woman who was at the Kuala Lumpur Day 6 10-year anniversary concert, I say for the crime of being rude and then flipping it on racist and getting a whole population, millions of people spread around miles and territories to come against you, I would say, Knetz, go touch grass.
And that's our episode. Show. Wow, we talked about a lot today.
We talked about a lot so much.
We will be back next week with another amazing guest.
Yeah, hopefully in studio. Hopefully there's no more blizzards.
There's no more snow.
Hopefully
it's all melted.
there's no more
God.
snow. Please,
but until
God.
Next time,
go touch grass. Go Touch Grass is created and hosted by Alise Morales and Millie Tamers.
And our theme song is by Doug Wydick.